Hi, welcome back to Gold Coin. I'm Kathy Burgos and I developed Gold Coin. Today, I'm going to talk about motivation. Now, we're talking in terms of weight loss and health, well-being, wellness, all those type of things. And a lot of people in my coaching experience and even in my personal experience with weight loss and all of the things that I've been through, motivation is one of the biggest things. Everybody's like, well, I'm not motivated. Or some people are like, I'm super motivated. I'm going to do this. And then somehow, some way, they lose their motivation. And you could say, well, that has happened to me. I can tell you that it has happened to me as well. So today we're going to talk about and identify 4 types of motivators. And you might find yourself in 1, 2, 3, maybe all of them, but I'm going to help you to identify what type of motivation helps you to keep going and some tips to help you to do it. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I've lost 200 pounds and I've maintained it, and for a long time. I started my health journey in 2016, and I am just so grateful for the motivation that I have in my life. And a lot of it comes from within, and there is outside motivation as well. And I would have to say that I do want to tell you about these 4 types, but I do need to let you know that ultimately it is going to come from you. So you have to, you can incorporate these things and you can think about them, and they can really make you say, wow, okay, well, I never thought about that. Let me try to implement some of those things, because I can say that throughout my journey of these last 4 years of, weight loss, it's not so much physical, and it's not so much the nutrition part. And when I say that, I don't mean that those are not factors and they're not very important, but you could Google right now and get hundreds of exercise plans and nutritional value on foods and how it affects your body. And that information is so readily available. So that factor is so easily accessible. Really, what it is the mental and the heart body connection. There has to be harmony there. So you can know so many exercises, you can know every nutritional value of every food on the planet. You can have that gym membership, or right now we're in COVID, so you can have that ultimate home gym, and you can know all of these things, and you can have degrees on your walls, and you can be this and you can be that, but not live it. And that's where motivation comes in. And so those things are very important, but I found that mentally, emotionally, your heart, mind, there has to be that harmony, and then your body comes in, and there has to be that threefold harmony going for you to be successful long term, or to continue on and meet those goals. And maybe, if you're listening to this and you've struggled with regain, you've lost weight, or you could maybe need to lose 20 pounds, maybe you need to lose 200 pounds. Maybe you're just one of those I'm going to do it natural type of people. Maybe you've had weight loss surgery, or you're in between somewhere. You can be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, 70, and you just want to be the best version of you. You want to have that freedom in your mind, your heart, and your body that says, you know what? I am proud of myself. I am who I've always wanted to be and who I've always known that I'm supposed to be. And I'm on that journey, and I've developed Gold Coin, and I really have seen such a difference in my own personal life. I've seen such a change and a transformation in my own life that I've decided to share it with everybody. And I would love every single person to be a part of Gold Coin, a member. I have 4 plans. You can check it out at goldcoin145.com. You can read about my story. But one thing I've noticed within my coaching is the motivation factor. And sometimes it's almost not enough for somebody to be obese for them to change or even want to. I'm going to show you something that is one of my motivators. And I remember flying, to Europe a couple years ago, actually quite a few years ago, and getting on the plane and, squeezing past people. I think we're in a row of 3. And I tried to put my seatbelt on, and I couldn't get it on. My stomach was too big. My size was way too big. And I was so embarrassed And I told my husband, hey, like the seatbelt doesn't want to click. And he's like, okay, calm down. And he like told the stewardess, and then she's like, oh, no problem. And so she brings one of these, and she's like, oh, here, I have a seatbelt extender. And I was like, oh God, thank you. And I put it on. And then so as I continued to fly and do different things, I eventually got my own. And this is a seatbelt extender. So when you are 350 pounds, you usually don't fit on airline seats. Sometimes you might have to buy two. And for me, this was one of my motivators, having this seatbelt, having my own personal seatbelt extender, because I couldn't fit on a plane. And it was so humiliating. It was so embarrassing. I just remember it as if it was yesterday. And right away, didn't motivate me to lose weight right away, because I kept, I had to get my own because I kept flying and I was still huge. But it was in there that, wow, you can't even fit on a seat. You need to have something outside to help you to go somewhere and do something that you love to do. You love to travel, you love to go see new things, but you're not able to. You have to have extras to help you get along. And that was one of the things that I was like, you know what? I don't ever want to have to use a seatbelt extender again. And I remember when I first flew, just actually last year, to Texas, and hey y'all, and I didn't need, that was the first time I had flown since I had lost weight. And it was so cool to just, and if you've never experienced it, you're not going to understand the joy of it. To not have to use a seatbelt extender on a plane was like a scale victory, is what they call it, NSV. Wasn't about how much the scale said, it was how you felt when you could do something that you previously couldn't do. And it was like, I was so happy, and I was like, I took a picture, of course, of myself wearing the seatbelt, and it was like, wow, I did this. I did this. I did this for me. I did this. I conquered something that I had put myself in, this situation of being overweight. I did this to myself. Nobody did it to me. I did it to me. But I found the motivation to undo the damage that I was doing to my body. At 5'3" and 350 pounds, I was morbidly obese, and I was slowly killing myself. And you would think, like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would I do that to myself? So these are some of the motivators, okay? And I think you might find yourself in some of these. So the first type of motivation, person that's motivated, is called an upholder. There's many names out there, but we're just going to use these four, okay? And an upholder is somebody who's self-controlled and ready to respond to outer and inner expectations. So this person, they're like, you know what? I'm down. I just joined Gold Coin. You know what? I just got me a coach. I'm going to play by all the rules. Whatever they tell me to do, I'm going to do it. That they're that kind of person. And you might find yourself as one of those people. The next type of person is a questioner. Okay, now this person is motivated by reason, logic, and fairness. They're going to question everything that you say, and they're only going to do the things that make sense to them. So that's another type of person where they're going to be like, wait a minute, now you're telling me that I can't have this and I can't have that, and that I should do this and I should do that, but how is that going to benefit me? And, you're basically going to say, well, the way it's going to benefit you is that you're going to lose weight. Oh, that's not enough. I need to hear more. I need to know. I need to get deep in it. I need to know, right? So there's that person too. And you might be one of those people where you're like, you know what? I don't take everything just for face value. Yeah, you look great. I've seen that you lost 200 pounds, and you have like a system of action for your heart, mind, and body that's going to help me do the same thing. But I really need to know more. So you might be one of those people. And then the next type of person is an obliger. Okay, this person is motivated by external accountability, but struggles with inner expectations and goals within themselves. So this person's like, you know what? I'm really motivated by your before and after pictures. I'm like, that does not even look like you. Like, whoa, who is that? Have you had plastic surgery? Wow, you lost 200 pounds. I'm really motivated by that. I'm going to sign up with you today because I really want the results that you have. But deep inside, this person is like, man, but I don't know if I can really do that. I don't know. That's a lot. Outwardly motivated, inwardly struggling with that. Okay, so you might be one of those people where you're like outwardly motivated by what you see and how you can see someone else's results, but inside you're like, I don't know if I can really handle this. You struggle inwardly. There's one more person, and we'll call this person the rebel. This person is motivated by a sense of freedom and resists both outer and inner expectation. Now, this person could be somebody that's like, look, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to join. I'm going to pay the money, but, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. They're kind of like a rebel. They want to be part of everything. They want the results, but they still want to do what they want to do. So if you've seen yourself on one of these people, I'm just going to give you, I've been studying this on motivation because sometimes as a coach, I'm like, it seems like I want people to lose weight more than they do. I'll be like, when somebody loses 1 pound, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 30 pounds, I'm overjoyed for them because I know the freedom that it's giving them. I know that it's giving back their life. I personally tell everybody I feel like I've gotten 15 to 20 years back of my life. I have the energy that I had when I was much younger. I just have increased my life capacity so much just by losing the weight. It was more than 200 pounds. It was an attitude. It was a mindset. It was the way that I process things. It was my emotional response. All of those things had to change. It's a mind, heart, body harmony. That's the gold coin mindset. And that's what I had to develop over these last 4 or 5 years. So let me help you. Now, if you're one of the first people, like you're an upholder, like you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go by the plan. I'm going to meet every expectation. This person needs to create a schedule. Because you have to make sure that you have a schedule for yourself. This is really going to help you, okay? So you want to create a schedule and you want to plan out your time. So that's basically what I do. I'm a little bit of all of these, but I am one of those people that I create like the night before. I'm already thinking, okay, I'm going to wear this. Okay, I'm going to work out at this time. This is what time I need to leave for work. You're one of those people. So if you want to continue to be motivated and you're a person that loves to be part of the team and you're right in there and you're going to do whatever it takes, you have to create a schedule. Track your progress. MyFitnessPal is great. Put your food in, you're doing all that. And if you're not understanding something, you have to seek clarity because you're one of those people that's like, wait a minute, I'm thinking about what they said, but I don't really understand it. So you have to communicate. If you're not sure about something, just ask. And I'm talking about my plan for Gold Coin. I have wellness projects that I have everybody do, and that's really my niche. That's how I've been successful. Because you can get a coach and get, like I said, nutrition. You can know about exercises. You can be the guru of exercise and all of that, and you can have went to school and know all about nutrition. But what I have really found out is that the wellness aspect, which is the heart and mind connection, is really what has helped me to lose weight and maintain a weight loss of 200 pounds. And so that's where I've created that, and that's something that's really important when you join a Gold Coin plan, is that you do the wellness projects. And they're not hard, they're not too time consuming, but they're the most important factor, because that's what's going to keep you. That's what's going to keep you part of your motivation to lose weight, to keep it off, to stay healthy, to stay well. So anyway, so the questioner, say you're the questioner person. You're like, I don't really know. She says that, but, I need to find out for myself. And, this is somebody who's like, very driven, very person that's like, I don't know. I really need to do. So now what you need to do is you need to be organized. You have to be a person that, you know what, I'm going to take the time to organize my to-do list and all my tasks, because you're very, motivated by, the activity, and if it's meaningful to you. You have to make sure that you're getting benefit from it. So you got to ask yourself, well, how does this help me with my strength? How does this align with my values? What benefit does this have for me? Now, if you joined and got a coach for weight loss, you're looking for the benefit to lose weight, to lose fat, to increase tone, to improve your life, period, through your physical well-being. But you also need to know that the wellness projects that I give you are for your mind and heart development. That's what's really going to keep you going in the long run. So these are things that you would want to be a person that you organize, and that you also ask questions, because you need to know the purpose behind it. You need to know, well, what's the purpose? Okay, well, the purpose is, my dear, is for you to lose weight. But really, the main purpose is that your heart, mind, and body have that harmony connection. You have a healthy mindset. You have, your heart and emotions are, being renewed, so that you can have that healthy body that you really desire. So this is a person who's always like, asking, and not, well, I don't know, how is this going to benefit me? They know that the plan and the things that are told to them to do are going to benefit them, but they just need to organize it. And they need to really prove it to themselves, because that's what it is. Okay, the next person, the obliger, right? This is the person who, they basically will look to family sometimes for a source of motivation. They're the type of people that are always posting, like on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok. They'll be the ones that'll be like, okay, hey everybody, you know what? I drank my 60 ounces of water today. Yay! I walked. I did this now. And those are good motivators, because sometimes people need to do that, right? But this person, now, if you're one of those people, you're looking to your friends and family for motivation. You're looking at your coach and you're like, man, she's amazing. Look at all the weight she lost. She's kept it off for a long time. She's not just like me, brand new. And that's another person. It's like, if you're looking to somebody who's in the same boat that you are, now for a friendship and support, that's great. But if they're not progressing, and sometimes, you kind of got to be careful with that, because you're looking at somebody to motivate you that they're still trying to figure it out themselves. And it doesn't mean they're any less or any better, or that you're any less or any better, or that your coach is any less or any better. But you got to keep, it's like asking for directions somewhere for somebody who's never been there. I don't know, let's look it up on our GPS on our phone. They're going to look for the same answers that you are, versus somebody who's already been there, and they have, serious success. They have demonstrated success, should I say, of getting where you want to go. So it's like, make friends and have a support system. But if you're looking for the directions of somewhere where you want to go, then get the help from somebody who's been there and who's been there for a while. It makes sense. Anyways, so now this person, the obliger, you have to prevent burnout. This person can get burnt out. So occasionally you have to treat and reward yourself. I would say that for all of them, but especially this person. So when you feel like you're not getting that motivation, you're looking at your coach or your friends or family, or you're posting online, you have to reward yourself. And in my plans, I always tell everyone, hey, when you meet a goal or you lose some weight, you have to reward yourself. Being motivated is something that's so ingrained in us. And if we didn't have that reward system, a healthy reward system, as a young person, as a child, with our family members, sometimes we don't know the power of it. And, I've talked before in my YouTube videos, let me see how much time I have. I try not to go over 30 minutes. I used to reward myself when I would lose weight with food. Crazy. Like, who does that? I would lose weight and I would eat right for 30 days. And then at that 30th day, I would say, okay, well, I'm going to go to Master Burger and I'm going to get a double bacon cheeseburger with a boatload of fries and a Coke or a Dr. Pepper. That would be my reward to myself. And like, wait a minute. I have a little dog. I reward him with food. I'm not a dog. I don't reward myself with food for losing weight. That doesn't even make sense. It's like I had to go in mentally and emotionally and re-hardwire the reward system that I had already set up inside of me for so many years. And I had to start rewarding myself in other ways, self-care ways, taking a drive to the beach, taking a nap. For some people, that is a reward. You don't ever nap. You don't ever rest. Buying something. And it doesn't have to be something expensive. It doesn't have to be, giving yourself a pedicure, going out into a spa day, having, a relaxing cup of tea with a friend. There's so many ways to reward yourself other than food. Now we're talking about weight loss, okay? But we're talking also about life in general. If your reward system is like, needs to be rehardwired, you have to take a look at that. And that's something that I had to take a look at. I was like, wow, why am I this last 10 pounds and I'm gonna go eat some, the very thing that got me to where I'm at. So I had to take a hard, honest look at myself and say, you know what? I might be one of these 4 that I just talked about, and I didn't finish with Rebel. I'm going to get to that one too. But, the motivation, like I said, I have this seatbelt extender, and sometimes I look at it, even after losing 200 pounds. And sometimes it's like, oh man, do I really want to eat, Brussels sprouts and asparagus and carrots and chicken? And yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can make it taste good. I'm not going to live to eat. I'm eating to live. Am I eating to live, or am I living to eat? Which one? So I could say I don't like food. I don't like vegetables. I don't like this. I don't like that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh man, I got to exercise for the rest of my life. But the benefits, I've seen the reward and I've experienced the reward, and it's changed the way that I look at things. It's changed my mindset. And that's what I want to share with you. That's what Gold Coin is about. That's why I have wellness projects. The people who have experienced the most success are the people who do the wellness projects, because they're changing the inside of them. And when they change their mindset and their heart set, it changes their body, and then everything's in harmony. And it's like, even when the hard times come, and they're gonna come, if you are one of those people that you rely on people or places or things, like most of us, for our happiness, or when those things disappear, then you're not happy anymore. When you lose that great job, when your loved one dies, when you get depressed, when you're sad, when you're angry, when you get triggered, what do you do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get motivated? Right? So you have to work on those things. So let's finish up with the last one, and that's the rebel. So this person, you have to reframe your tasks. Instead of to do tasks, you have to say, there could do tasks. In other words, like I have some people who are like, well, I just don't want to do that. So instead of talking about what you don't want to do, talk about what you will do, what you can do. It's a perception change, right? So in other words, like you would write a small task on a paper, and then you select it, right? Basically, and then you say, okay, like, I'm going to look at this task more as a challenge instead of I have to. Or you put your own unique twist on it, right? So you got to bring yourself to each task that you tackle. Because, like maybe one of, my tasks for people in Gold Coin will be, well, hey, you know what? I want you to try a new menu, or try a dessert, or, write in a journal, or I want you to, find somebody that you have unforgiveness towards and forgive them, whether it's with a letter that you never send, but that you write it. And people are like, what does that have to do with weight loss? But you have to look at it in a way of, you know what? It may not make so much sense to me, but I'm going to tackle this. Is going to be a challenge. Because when people don't want to do those things, it's already stating that there needs to be some hardware and, hardwiring changing going on inside, and I know, because I had to do it myself. Nobody sat me down and said, you need to do this. I had discovered it when I had weight loss surgery. Um, like I said, I was 350 pounds, 5'3", and really quickly I lost about 100 and something pounds, and I was overjoyed, of course, and I started regaining. And I realized that having weight loss surgery was a wonderful, awesome tool, but it didn't change me inside. It didn't change my heart and my emotions. So I began to go back to the habits and patterns that I had before. And just because you have weight loss surgery doesn't mean that you're going to keep the weight off forever. And even if you've never had weight and I'm natural, I do it naturally. You know, people who have weight loss surgery and people who do it naturally, they all have to do the same thing. They have to take care of their heart, mind, and body to keep that weight off, because both of you can lose and gain it. And I found myself regaining the weight, and it terrified me because I was like, oh my God. And I kept this. So I was like, oh man, am I going to have to use this again? And it was like, no. So I started studying nutrition. I hired a coach to train me. I'm a coach with a coach. I I said, no, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. And I made up my mind, and I decided to invest in myself. And it's the best thing I've ever done. And I followed my own plan for 2 years and lost another 100 pounds. And I amazed myself. And everybody around me too, they see me, they're like, oh my God, you're not even the same person. No, I'm not. If you're not changing and evolving, you're standing still. I want to encourage you. I'm here for you. I've lived it. I'm experiencing it now. I have clients who have been wildly successful. They've lost weight. They've met goals and surprised the heck out of themselves. And they're so excited about it. And maybe you need motivation. And I broke down to you quickly 4 different types of people and the motivation factors that help them. And let me tell you, really, the motivation and the grit, it has to come from you. And you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I am proof. I am proof that you can change your life forever. Yeah, maybe you're going to have to change some things. You pick your hard. You pick your hard. Goldcoin145.com. I'm Kathy Burgos, Freed My Story. Follow me on Instagram, comment, share. You know what? Join. January 2021 is coming.